good.
Shy.
No, those are pretty good.
Okay.
Do I?
All right. We are now in session of the police committee meeting on November 10th, 2016 at 12 o'clock PM, the police department. An audio recording of this open session of committee meeting is being made. Everyone in attendance should please identify themselves by name and address at any time they address the committee. This identification is not only helpful to the committee members, but will help anyone who is listening to the recording of this meeting. Anyone who wishes to address the committee should request acknowledgement through the chairperson. Number 1, stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 2, can we get a motion and a second to adopt the agenda?
Motion, Rich.
Second talking
All those in favor, do we need to change anything, add anything? Scott? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Number 3, any public discussions?
I think they go over there once.
These guys are all still disguised as Halloween costumes. Empty, they came as empty seats.
Or the invisible man.
Uh-huh.
Seeing none, I'll move to number 4, which is the chief's report.
All right, I went to Sioux Falls yesterday. We went to the commission for Chris Drill to be able to challenge for reciprocity. He was a certified officer out of Colorado from 1995 to about 2009 is when it expired. And he came here and was a reserve deputy for Fred for the last years, and we picked him up in April as a part-time officer. As a reserve, you don't have to be state certified. As a part-time officer, you do, but a reserve can't work by themselves. Part-time officer can. So what that does is it means that he doesn't have to go to the academy for 13 weeks, and they approved him to challenge reciprocity. So he'll have to take a test. If he passes that, then it goes down to 1 week at the academy. Chris is a good guy. He has always wanted to be in law enforcement, so I think it's a good thing for us. So that went very well, and it was a long trip, left at 4 a.m. and back by 5 p.m. But it was good. Other than that, the only other thing I have is I'm working on more awards for the officers. We do the life-saving awards, so you'll see some of the guys with a red and white banner on their shirt. The next one that I'm working on is a community service award. People that are out, that we're getting a lot of positive feedback. So set up some sort of a criteria for that. And there's a possibility even at the next council meeting, I'll have that in place and the right ribbon to go on the uniform, the right colors and stuff to make it look nice. And still acknowledge the positive things that the officers do, because they do a lot out, and been getting some good feedback, really good feedback on a couple of different guys. So I'd like to acknowledge that and have them have something of pride that they can wear on their uniform that goes along with it.
That sounds like a great idea. Did I tell you the positive one I got on Nicole?
Yeah, and he's one of them that I've just been receiving constant, how polite he is, how kind he is, how nice he is to people, and those are the types of things that we really want to promote and show us some good things. The other one is Ryan Graham, just constantly getting how good of a person he is out on the street, so.
Yeah, exactly.
And also too, mine, along a personal note, it was with my family. He had written a report and he did a great job with it, and it was exactly the way it was, and I called Scott, told him about that too. Because I think that's so important.
So,
I agree.
and it promotes it in the department as a whole, across the board for something else for guys to work for, so. We've got some other stuff later, but that's all I have for now.
Okay,
Oh.
sounds good.
Chairman,
Yes.
in addition, Clint's not a policeman, but I swear almost daily I get a positive report about him. And so I don't know where you're at with that, or if he could
We can
qualify
certainly do the
for.
same recognition, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Absolutely.
that would be a great idea, because
Yeah.
I do as well.
And I actually told Ryan and Clint were both in this morning, and I told them just about all of the positive stuff I'm getting on those two specifically. But it's
Slow down, you're making the rest of us look bad.
Exactly.
Well, and you know, when we took this endeavor on, And that decision was made to separate that out of that office at City Hall and bring this here. And you know, part of that was, I just said, I think this is what we need to do, and we went forward with that. But this town needed that, and they needed the process that you are using. I laud you for that, and they also, by the fact of seeing results.
Yep, exactly.
That's the big thing, and not a long, long time unless we absolutely have to, like an abatement or whatever that's.
We sat down and set the right procedures or philosophy. We sat down and set the right philosophy, and we found the perfect person for the job.
And
that's the,
along the note of what Gloria was saying, when that originally came up to split the departments, I originally opposed it because I had concerns on what that would do, and I'm proud to say that I was wrong with those, and that they've been quelled. So,
Only one problem we got with Flint Nazis aftershave on certain days.
Oh, yeah. A little, no pun intended.
Is it cheap or is it,
A little skunky.
boy, Monty, you just keep it black and white, don't you?
All right,
It's
well,
amazing
speaking
how
of,
short my conversations were that day.
speaking of Clint, number 4 is the code enforcement officer's report.
Let's see,
Oh, 5, sorry.
so far this week, I've had 21 contactors. Some of the bigger things that I've been working on, have been working on, the grant and State Street alley is looking much better. Mr. Oberly has continued to work on the back of the radiator shop. Garrett Hicks' property is in the works of being cleaned up. He's had several cars removed and it's been trimmed in front. Jerry Peters has agreed to start working on his property, feels that it should take about 30 days, weather permitting.
Which one is Jerry Peters? Is he the,
the north eighth.
okay,
Up across from
that's
the-
positive.
Yes. And 907 Ziebach, the trailer court. I've been talking with the owner of the trailer court, Don Zacher. He has sent a letter to remove campers, boats, and junk vehicles from the property by December 1. I'm continuing to work with the tenants on other junk items. Tom Kinter's place, I sent him a certified letter on November 8th, the morning. 810 Kingsbury is being cleaned up. 328 Street's had the couple piles removed on the corner by the sidewalk.
What was that one?
328 Street. It's on the corner before you go up the hill. Branches on 10th and Elkhorn have been trimmed to help keep the traffic over, so it's getting kind of crunched in there. I've got a notice of violation out to the Weischer's property. That is on Butte Street. And as far as animals, we've had a couple difficult issues in the trailer court with barking dogs and dogs running. We have, that has progressed, it's doing much better. Have also spoke to the trailer court owner about that as well. The chicken and cat issues on State Street have calmed down.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank heavens.
okay.
You know,
Got it.
It's been a couple weeks, but, I spoke to the owner of the Red Rock Apartments down there across from Klein's funeral home. He's working with the bank right now to try to do a remodel on the property. Siding, windows, do some interior remodeling on it. And in the meantime, he's gonna try to fix some of the problems with it. Southside Trailer Court have been working in that area. Progress is slow in that area right now. A lot of people are questioning why I'm there and why I'm taking pictures, that type of thing. And,
Which one is the south side? Is that Alice's?
yeah, up there by Ranch Mart, yeah.
Could I ask you if the issue of the broken fire hydrant has come up?
In Southside?
Yeah,
No, it has not.
A long time ago it did.
yeah, and then nothing, I don't know what we have there. I did work with Dirk a little bit on that, but they're scared about fire protection. That
Right.
was one thing that had come up. I think I might even have talked to
Yeah.
you about it too.
We worked it from every way we possibly could, and so I don't know where Kirk and Ellis ended up.
Clint, are you with these trailer parks, are you meeting with the owners of the trailer parks to have a sit down with them?
You know, Don Zocker, I spoke to him on the phone. I have not met with Alice yet.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, I think is, you know, because they're pretty much should be in control of their renters.
Right.
So I would suggest contacting each one of them and seeing if you can just sit down and, or drive through the trailer park with them and point some things out.
You know, and I figured I'm eventually gonna have to do that with Alice, but the 907 Z block has been, it's kind of where I started first. And then I figured I'd work my way down more to Alice's property. You know, and just try to be able to, with some of the people in Alice's trailer court right now, they're willing, and when we talk to them, they are cleaning it up. It's just the progress is, you know, and what I think is cleaning is different than somebody else.
Yeah.
So trying to, lots of discussions, you know, lots of,
You're the one that got rid of the birds on State, the chickens on State Street. Now I got nobody to serenade me when I'm walking my dog.
well, just a rooster.
I thought maybe they'd put him in the pot or something.
But, yeah, so I'm glad that has worked out much better as well. Then lastly, what I have is, just wanted to mention with the police officers last week, I thought they were great. Had a couple difficult situations, where I thought that, there could be a few problems. And I was able to rely a lot on them. They came with me to the properties and did help me, so.
Do you have does he have a taser yet or anything like that?
No, he'd have to go through the TASER training, and we now have 2 TASER instructors, so that will
Yeah, I
happen fairly
think
quickly. And
I think he needs to become taser or pepper spray or something.
Yeah. And we're also in the process of, this is a good year to do it because we started this late, so there's a little bit of extra salvage in the budget, so we can purchase a TASER. And then we'll also buy him a portable radio
Yep.
for his hip. He'll also be getting one in his pickup that was out of the old engineering pickup, that was our radio, that's now being transferred over to his pickup too. Because that's my biggest concern is we don't know where he's at, the officers can't find him, those
Yeah,
types of
exactly.
things, so backup and self-protection are.
What?
Our public, he's very, very public and he's very out there, and that is one thing that I think drives the fact that people, wow, we're addressing issues, we're doing these things.
Yeah, I know, I just worry about his safety.
I know.
And Clint being smart when he knows that he's going to a place that's going to be conflict, we send an officer with him, and that de-escalates it
Yeah.
90% of the time. If not, we have.
And I know, Monty, you
And
would help in that
it helps a
area.
lot with the whole negotiation
Told him which
process.
ones
You
to
know,
take, so
they
don't go
see an
through
officer there, and then it kind of gets that started right away, rather than going through the motions of getting
Right.
upset, So, but,
Good deal.
Yes, we do have 2 TASER instructors, and we'll be taking care of that for him.
Maybe we should all get certified.
It makes you wonder.
Not good?
You already got a slappy hand, what more do you need?
All right. Anything else?
No.
You haven't even used it.
Thank you.
Number 6, I need a motion and a second to enter into an executive session for personnel.
Motion done, Joe.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.